the super mayor isn't so super anymore. And to be totally honest with you, she had it coming. So most of you in Black YouTube or on YouTube or social media in general know about the super mayor, Tiffany Henyard, right? The mayor of Dalton, Illinois, and also part of the Thornton Township, if you will. Now, this year she was in the running to get reelected for mayor of Dalton, Illinois. And she went up against this man, I believe it was Jason House. And Tiffany Henyard has had a lot of controversial moments during her tenure as Dalton mayor, right? Now, some of these moments I think were also during the Thornton Township, but they all crossed together as bad moments because, well, she was mayor and a township supervisor. And because of that, well, what you do over here also affects how you're perceived over here, all right? So we had her, on the... when she was getting interviewed about the Las Vegas trip, where they asked her did you go to the hotel? Did you pay for the hotel with city dollars or something like that? She was like, next question. Something like that. She was being very vague.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Or when she showed up to a town meeting and she was walking around acting like she was Nino Brown, or when she went on the Roland Martin show and was obviously telling humongous lies about her cancer organization and about money she spent in the city or in the township. And what else? There was the incident that happened while she was at Vegas, I believe, with the other older gentleman that he allegedly assaulted some woman while he was down there. I mean, there was other smaller events when all the incidents she got into with what was that guy, Jedediah Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's all kind of stuff going on. She was shutting people's liquor licenses down and keeping people from getting business licenses. I mean, all kind of stuff that was just corruption and huge spending going on. When Lori Lightfoot, came down to investigate a private entity. She was a lawyer, came down and found out that the city was in debt, huge amounts of debt, millions of dollars in debt, and credit cards and Tahoes there were trucks being rented and all kind of shit, right? So, coming back to the main topic, she's up for re-election, and as you see here, Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard destroyed in Dem primary following scandal-filled mayoral term.
And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a Black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yes. Talking about, y'all talking down a Black woman that's in power. All of that, right? Now, you got everything that was coming to you, and she's still bragging on her Instagram. If you go to Instagram page, and she still started a podcast on YouTube. The audacity of this woman. Let's get into the article. This self-proclaimed super mayor is not a super loser. Dalton dictator Tiffany Henyard suffered a landslide loss in Tuesday's Democratic primary after more than a year of seedy scandals, wild antics, and haughty remarks finally caught up to her at the ballot box. Okay? The under fire Illinois mayor finally ran to her kryptonite, Mr. Jason House. Voters in her own Chicago suburb who overwhelmingly picked the village trustee Jason House as the Democrat nominee. Now, when Tiffany Henyard first got elected, they elected her for a few reasons, right? Which two of them you probably see as obvious. One, she was a woman. Two, she was Black, right? People in the city wanted transformative change, somebody that looks like us in there and all that kind of crap, right? If she gets in there, like a lot of these African-American and, to be honest, women that's getting into politics nowadays or positions of power, they go in there and they either corrupt it or highly abuse it, or they politicize it, or try to say, well, I'm a Black and a woman and things are happening because of this and that and the third. They ruin it, and then it gives a black eye on the people that they're supposed to be overseeing or helping.
And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a Black woman that's in power.
Tiffany Henyard gets in there and makes a mockery of the township, makes a mockery of the city of Dalton, And everybody's watching this town for all the wrong reasons, all right? And it's terrible. With all the precincts reporting House notched nearly 88% of, wait a minute, hold on, let me get it. 88% of the votes, while Tiffany Henyard gained a messy 12%.
Bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
Check this out. I don't know if they're going to give the number in here, but the numbers that I read in other articles and other news sources, Jason House got over 3,500 votes, something like that. Tiffany Henyard got barely 550 votes. If I remember correctly, I'll try to find the numbers and put it in here while I'm talking about it. But yeah, it was literally a landslide. Early Tuesday, Henyard confidently claimed she would easily win, making clear, "I see no competition," according to Fox 32. Yes, she actually said this with a straight face, that there was no competition. She was going to win this.
Yes, I'm excited. I can't wait till the results come in this evening. I'm going to come in by a landslide, and when I do, the people will speak.
Quote, "Come be part of me making history once again," she crowned on Facebook. "I'm calling for my base. I'm calling for all the people that love the super mayor who say you support me. I need you to show up and show out," Henyard added, a request that apparently fell on deaf ears. Yes, they interviewed her before the polls opened, and she actually said that she would win in convincing numbers. She had the confidence and the audacity to actually say this, that she thought she was going to win. It was ridiculous. With all the controversy that was surrounding her, she actually thought it was going to be an easy win. House, who was once an ally of Henyard, told CBS Chicago he was ecstatic as he declared victory. "The voters have spoken. They've spoken in a loud way," House said. "And I've said it before. I'll always say it. This does not represent Dalton. We have had one rogue individual," he added in reference to Henyard. "Dalton is proud, and we are happy that we're ready to change the narrative." Meanwhile, Henyard told WGN following the results, "The people have spoken. God must have a different plan for me," she added, seemingly accepting defeat.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Of course, bring God into it when you're at the end of your rope, like a lot of these women out here do. Leading up to the primary, 41-year-old POL, who was first elected mayor in 2021, we're talking about Tiffany Henyard, was dogged by an avalanche of damning accusations and sordid headlines that led to constituent fury. She faced accusations of overseeing off-the-rail spending, with Dalton Village government becoming the focus of an FBI probe last year. The mayor recently jumped into a raucous brawl at a town board meeting in Thornton, where she served as supervisor, though she lost the Democratic nomination for that position earlier this year. Yes, now, they pulled the rug out from under her over there on some, they pulled some political BS over there, but again, she had it coming over there too. She has consistently defended herself against the stinging criticism and accusations, calling it a smear campaign and blasting it as fake news. Wow. I mean, let's read this. "I want to heal my community after this," the divisive character said online before later arguing that there was voter suppression in the village because the polling place was moved. Now, this is the stuff I'm talking about. What they did was they moved the polling place. This was in Thornton Township. They moved it to a smaller venue. And I think they didn't tell her supporters to the last minute. So when they came in there to vote for the township seat, everybody that was in the end of that voted basically wanted to vote her out. So by the time her voters were able to get in and have a voice, well, it was already over and she had already been voted out. So they pulled some I want to say maybe illegal stuff, but again, I mean, the way she was moving around, she had it coming. Henyard's entire slate of candidates also lost to candidates who ran with House, according to results. So all of her, as the people say, and why the cronies, everybody that was affiliates of her in the office also lost. Residents and businesses owners rejoiced Tuesday night, including Lawrence Gardner, 57, who had alleged Henyard targeted his now shuttered trucking business because he did not want to contribute to her campaign office. I also remember that there are businesses that she basically strong-armed, either took their license or didn't allow them to operate. They ended up having to close their doors because they didn't want to support her. I remember this guy, I think he had some kind of he had some kind of function going on, and he was going to use a parking lot or an area that he said he had already like got permission to use. But then what happened was she ended up shutting it down and actually putting barriers to block it off so he couldn't use it on purpose because he didn't want, I think he was some kind of made detractor of hers. I mean, there's no more really read here. People are just saying that, you know, she lost. I think it says, was it House expected to face independent candidate April for the general election in April. So, I mean, either way, she's out. She didn't win the primary, so it doesn't matter whether he wins or loses. She's not going to be able to come back. So, like I said, man, I mean, she's been the subject of a lot of crazy accusations, bad spending. There was also something in there that I think she was messing with some guy that I mean was married, which that's, I mean, that happens all the time. But in this kind of seat, it's really a bad look, right? So I don't know if this video will play, but this pretty much sums up what's going on here. Let me see if it'll play. I'm gonna have to refresh the page. Y'all give me a second here. Okay, y'all, the video's back up, so we're gonna play it real quick and then we're gonna get you up out of here. Check this out.
Primary election today, including Dalton embattled Mayor Tiffany Henyard facing a challenge. Are voters ready for a change?
Dane Placco is live with a closer look at the race. Dane?
Yeah, we're at the Diekman Elementary School here in Dalton, which today is doubling as a polling place. And as a matter of fact, Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard herself voted here just about a half hour ago. Now, we've been talking to some of the Dalton residents coming and going today to vote, most of whom, in fact, all of whom told us they're ready for a change.
They're ready for her to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
I think it's over. You got to do something good with the power you get if you just throw it away.
Previous mayor, she ran into some challenges. She started out really strong and, you know, had a lot of support. But now the way the village is going, it's just time for a new direction.
Challenges? I said there were more than challenges, sir.
Higher than a normal, usually, but yeah.
These municipal elections are generally lightly attended, but we're told turnout has been very heavy here in Dalton, which has become the center of national attention because of its controversial and flamboyant Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who's also the subject of an ongoing federal investigation into spending, hiring, and contracts. An investigation by former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot found the village millions of dollars in the red, with hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit card expenditures that just could not be explained. Henyard was actually voted out of office a couple years ago in a recall election, but those...
Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, she had a recall election, and I think what happened was she lost, but then she went to court and had it overturned or something like that. Either way, they had a recall, but it didn't work. So essentially, the people want you out, or they want you out, but somehow you was able to stay by technicality.
Results were overturned in court. Now, over the last few months, the village government has descended into chaos, with meetings being canceled or disrupted and little or no legislation getting approved. Henyard is being challenged by Dalton trustee Jason House, who told us a short time ago he's optimistic about becoming Dalton's next mayor.
What are you seeing on the ground today?
On the ground, we're seeing a good turnout of residents. People's voices will be heard at
Give me a chance.
a higher level than it was before.
Sorry, I'm trying to get on with the video.
We expect the victory tonight.
I think that people didn't give me a chance. I think that I was blindsided from the go. I came in 2021. And when I came in 2021, I was faced with a recall. So every year, it was something else. Then they took me off the bank account. And then the next year was something else. So you never gave me the opportunity to continue to govern. And I want the opportunity to govern my town.
Now,
the audacity of this woman.
That there was
let me see, is there in here where she's going to say how she won?
Her and the city clerk face opponents.
Let me see here.
Being challenged by
nah, it doesn't. Well, either way, y'all see what's going on here, right? Tiffany Henyard's out. Thank God.
Enemy spotted.
She's gone. Get the hell out of here. So, y'all see it. She lost. Good riddance. Hopefully she doesn't run for any other office anytime soon, all right? And with that being said, Thank you for attending another episode of the Working Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know what you think about this loser down in the comment section. And please, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell on your way out of the door. And I will see you on the next video.